Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I'd like to show you how a perfect sequence looks like. So how a sequence should look like. We'll talk about that, and after the theoretical stuff I will show you a sequence in the chart. And yes, so you see a sequence right now. I'll just delete it so we can draw the sequence together. The first thing we have is a normal movement of a market. So this one is a market movement. Normally doesn't look that straight, but would look like that, for example. But to keep everything as simple as possible, I'm just drawing it like a line. A sequence has a starting point. We call it 0, a point, a high, a low point, low, B, and then a target area called C. As you see, the sequence is structured with 3 waves. So the first wave is the A wave, then we have got B, and then we have got C. I'll just delete everything on that one and draw it again. So a sequence should look like that one. We have got specific rules, and for the rules we need the tools I have shown you in the previous videos. A sequence should look like that because we have got one impulsive move, and that move should correct to a correction level. So that sequence, that B, should be between the 50% retracement and the 66.7 retracement, between those levels. As you may have seen, we have got those rectangles, and those rectangles are retracement level or target areas. So in this case, a sequence should always, the B point of a sequence should always be between those levels, so we can draw a sequence. After the correction level has been reached, the sequence should start with an impulsive move. To draw the sequence targets, we are using the Fibonacci extension levels. I'll just remove that very quickly. We don't need those ones. But as you see, for the sequence to be a sequence, the B point has to be between those levels. As I've said, for the sequence target, we need the extension level. And the extension level is a tool that is very simple. So we don't need anything special here. I've shown you all the settings you need. We are starting with point 0, so the start of a movement. Then we're going to the highest point, and then to the low within our levels. Depending on where the low is, we can draw our sequence targets. Our targets are from the 161.8 extension level to the 200 extension level. And as always, we're just using rectangles to draw and visualize that one. So this one would be a perfect sequence, as we would call it. I know the market doesn't look like that, and we don't have a perfect or always have a perfect sequence. A sequence might look like that, for example, and I will show you a sequence right now. So that's all you have to know for right now for drawing a sequence. We'll talk about finding sequences, we'll talk about the starting point, because that one I think is one of the hardest points where you can start to draw a sequence, but that shouldn't be the content for today. I'll show you a sequence in a market. As you see, we don't have a perfect sequence, so you will not find the perfect sequence. You may find it, but not very often. As I've said, we're taking the whole correction level from an impulsive up move, and then we have got that correction level with our rectangle. As you see, the B point is inside that rectangle. That one, yeah, definitely counts as inside and doesn't have to be perfect. So we can draw the sequence with our tool. B point is here. That's why I'm taking that high. I'm not drawing